The harsh reality you need to understand. You've been lied to. Everyone around you has been telling you that life is about playing by the rules, being nice, staying humble. But let me tell you something deeply uncomfortable. Life is a battlefield, and the world doesn't owe you a thing. Not a single favor, not a second chance. No one going to hand you success. No one going to offer you kindness. You are not special in their eyes. You never were. You were born into chaos. A world that doesn't give a damn about you. It did all on you now. To fight, to survive, to conquer. The question is, will you make it? Or will you drown? Now let's talk about those who hurt you, ones who think they can walk away without consequences. They think they're untouchable. They've done their damage and left as if your suffering was just a minor bump in their perfect little lives. But herein the truth they'd never admit. Every villain gets their chapter, and guess what? That chapter it yours. They thought betraying you would be easy, did they? They thought they could break you, but life has a funny way of flipping the script. It's not about cosmic justice. It's not about some grand force balancing the scales. You the stone they never saw coming. You were never weak. No, they were terrified of your potential, power you held inside, waiting to explode. They thought if they crushed you before you had a chance to rise, they could control you. But they did kill you. No, they just thought they did, and now here you are. Broken, maybe, but still standing, still breathing, and that's what scares them the most. Picture this. A man walks into a room, charming, smooth, a smile on his lips. Behind his back, a knife. He gets close, whispers sweet lies, then strikes. Most people, they bleed out, defeated, destroyed, but not you. No, you're the one who grabs that knife, pulls it out, and waits. Knives cut both ways. They thought they do leave you scarred, but they didn't realize those scars stop fade. Scars fuel you every time you see them, every time you feel them, you remember, and one day, when the time is right, you'd show them that same knife. You remind them of who they underestimated. This isn't about forgiveness. Forgiveness is for the weak. This is about rising. You're not the person they hurt anymore. You're stronger, smarter, more ruthless than they ever imagined. Do you think they care? Do you think they lose sleep over what they did to you? Numbered, they sleep soundly, thinking they got away with it. But herein the truth. They always slip up. They'll come back. Thinking you're still the same, still broken, that when you strike. Not out of vengeance, but to remind them what happens when they mess with someone who had nothing left to lose. People like us don't break. We shatter. Sure, but then we pick up the pieces and turn them into weapons. Every insult, every betrayal, every scar, injure ammunition. And now you've got an arsenal. Use it. Build something so powerful they can touch it. They thought they could walk away, but ghosts don't have fate. And you're about to become the one they fear the most. Let them laugh. Let them think they've won. But remember this, the loudest laughs come from those who have been hurt the most. When you finally rise, when you reclaim what's in yours, that laughter will echo in their ears forever. People have this delusion that life is fair, that if they follow the rules, things will work out. But you know the truth now. Life isn't tech fair. Life is a circus, And the ones in the center ring are the ones who grab the spotlight. They don't wait for their turn, they take it for too long. You've been sitting in the audience waiting for your shot, thinking someone would call your name, but that's not how it works. The ones who hurt you, they knew you were waiting, so they took their chance first, pushed you off the stage before you ever had a chance to step onto it. Why? Because they cowards. They can handle competition. They thrive on being the biggest fish in a small pond. But ponds dry up, Danae, and when they do, the fish suffocate. That when you strike, but here is the kicker. You're not a fish, you're a shark, and sharks don't swim in ponds. They swim in oceans. And when a shark smells blood, it does not hesitate. It moves, and when it strikes, there are no second chance. So why did they hurt you? Why did they betray you? Simple, because you were there. You trusted them. Trust is a loaded gun, and when you hand it to someone, you're betting your life that they won't pull the trigger. But they did, didn't they? And now you're standing here, bleeding out, wondering why. But let me tell you something. The fact that you're still standing, that's your victory. They thought they buried you, but you're unkillable. You're not a victim. No, victims stay down, but you're a survivor. Survivors adapt, learn, and grow. Every scar, every sleepless night, every tear not been shaping you for this moment. One day they'll come back thinking you're still broken. But that tear, when you show them the monster they created, you don't need to shout. You don't need to scream. The loudest sound is silence. And when they see you standing there unbroken, unafraid, that and when they realize what they did, they thought their betrayal was the end of your story, but it was just the beginning of their nightmare. Now, you're not just surviving, you're thriving, rising, and there is nothing they can do to stop you. But herein the key. Don't do it for them, do it for you. You do not need their apologies. You do not need their validation. You owe it to yourself to rise above everything they put you through. And when you do, when you stand tall, you realize one thing. They never mattered. Not really. They were just a stepping stone, a lesson, a reminder that you're stronger than they've ever been.